The story begins with a woman named Maddie, who is 35 years old. Maddie's mother had bought a house on loan, but now her mother is no longer alive, and her father lives separately from her. So now Maddie has to pay off the house loan. To earn money, Maddie works as a cab driver at night and does part-time work at a bar during the day. But today, a government officer comes to seize her car because she has not been able to pay this month's installment for the house. That government officer turns out to be Maddie's ex-boyfriend, so she tries to convince him not to take the car. She tells him that she still likes him. But at that moment, the officer sees a man coming out of Maddie's house. Filled with anger, he takes Maddie's car away. After this, Maddie is working at the bar where her friend and her friend's husband also work. Maddie tells them about her problems. Her friend shows her a job listing from a rich family. This wealthy family is looking for a beautiful girl to date their only son, who is 18 years old. In return, they are offering an expensive car. Maddie learns that they are searching for girls between the ages of 20 and 25. But since she is 35, she knows she doesn't qualify. Still, she decides to give it a try, because right now she must pay off her house loan by any means. The next day, Maddie arrives at the rich family's house, the ones who had placed the ad for their son. They tell her that their son is 18 years old, and his name is Percy. But he is very shy and awkward. He spent his entire day in his room playing video games. They explain that Percy has no experience talking to girls or going to parties. That's why his parents want Maddie to date him and help build his confidence, so that before he goes to Princeton University, he can become smarter and more social. Percy's parents originally wanted a young girl for this job, but Maddie convinces them that she is the right one for it. Percy's parents agree and tell her to act as Percy's girlfriend and make him smarter. They also tell her to be intimate with Percy, and they warn her that the deal between them must not be revealed to Percy under any circumstances. After this, Maddie borrows her friend's husband's car and goes to the animal shelter where Percy volunteers. To attract him, she dresses beautifully. Maddie pretends that she wants to adopt a dog and asks Percy to show her one. Percy shows her the dog and then takes Maddie to his office so she can fill out a form explaining why she wants to adopt. But instead of filling out the form, Maddie starts flirting with Percy. This makes Percy nervous and he doesn't know what to do. He quickly tries to leave and head home, but Maddie offers to give him a ride in her van. Percy replies that he came by bicycle, and he makes an excuse to get away. Then Maddie stops Percy and puts his bicycle into her van, leaving him with no other choice but to ride with her. Percy starts to feel like Maddie has kidnapped him, and when she drives toward her own house instead of taking him to his, Percy becomes even more nervous. When Maddie stops the car near her house, Percy takes a pepper spray out of his bag and sprays it on her face. Maddie stumbles out of the car, crying out in pain. She tells Percy that she wasn't trying to kidnap him. She only wanted to go on a date with him. She even compliments him. Hearing this, Percy brings her some water so she can wash her face and eyes. Percy then tells her that he also wants to go on a date with her. That night, Maddie takes Percy to a bar, but Percy shows up in shorts, and everyone laughs at him. Percy and Maddie sit and talk. Since Percy doesn't drink alcohol, they both have juice instead. Suddenly, a man arrives. It is Maddie's ex-boyfriend. He shows them his wedding ring and says, "Since Maddie left my life, everything has changed. I've become happier." He warns Percy to stay away from Maddie, and then he leaves. Maddie tells Percy that the man was an alcoholic, and that's why she left him. After this, Maddie takes Percy to a beach at night where there is no one else around. She tells Percy to take off his clothes so he can swim in the ocean. But Percy is too scared. So Maddie takes off her own clothes in front of him and walks into the water. Maddie calls Percy to join her. Looking at her, Percy gains courage, takes off his clothes, and steps into the water. Just as the two are about to do something, 3 drunk boys and girls around Percy's age show up and steal the clothes they had left on the shore, along with their wallets, phones, and keys. Maddie tries to stop them from stealing, but when they begin to walk away with the belongings, Maddie comes out of the water completely naked and starts fighting with them. The 3 get scared and return their things. When Maddie goes back into the water, Percy feels disturbed after seeing her violent behavior. He tells her that she shouldn't fight like that. Maddie replies, "If I hadn't stopped them, they would have run off with our stuff." Then Maddie tries to get close to Percy, but he pulls back. This makes Maddie angry, and she comes out of the water, puts on her clothes, and starts her car to leave. At that moment, Percy comes to her and apologizes. Maddie gives him his clothes, and then she takes him to her house. There, Maddie once again tries to seduce Percy. She even dances to bring him close, but Percy doesn't come near her. So Maddie tells him to dance the same way. The truth was, Maddie wanted her deal with Percy's parents to finish quickly so she could get the expensive car. That's why she wanted to get close to Percy as soon as possible. But Percy wanted to truly know Maddie first, and he didn't want to be intimate before that. For the first time, Percy kisses Maddie. At that moment, Maddie notices blisters on Percy's back. She applies lotion to his back. Percy tells her, "Before you came into my life, I used to stay at home all the time. My friends made fun of me, and I was scared to talk to girls. That's why I never liked going outside." Maddie also tells Percy about herself, and a connection begins to form between them. After this, Maddie and Percy continue dating, learning more about each other, and their friendship starts to deepen. They play together, go out, and have fun. Slowly, Percy begins to open up to the outside world. Maddie teaches him how to enjoy life and live freely. That night, the two of them go to a fine restaurant for dinner. At Maddie's request, Percy plays the piano. Everyone loves it, and people praise him. Maddie is also very happy to see Percy's talent for playing the piano. In that same restaurant, Percy meets one of his school friends, who invites him to a bachelor party happening that night. Then she leaves. Maddie sees them talking and feels a little jealous inside. After this, Maddie tells Percy that in just a few days, she will be leaving the city. Hearing this, Percy becomes angry and decides to go to his friend's bachelor party. Maddie also sits in the car with him and tries to stop him, but Percy tells the driver to speed up and begins drinking. Soon, Maddie and Percy arrive at the place where the party is happening. Percy gets out of the car and goes inside, leaving Maddie alone in the car. Maddie follows him inside, but everyone there is Percy's age. Seeing Maddie, they start mocking her, calling her Auntie Andy. Maddie ignores them and begins searching for Percy. She learns that Percy is in a room with the same girl who invited him to the party. But when she sees the door is locked, she shouts, telling them to open it. When they don't open the door, Maddie breaks it down and goes inside. There, she sees Percy sitting on the bed with that girl. However, they hadn't done anything. Maddie sees that Percy isn't feeling well because he has drunk too much alcohol. So Maddie takes him to the bathroom to make him vomit. Just then, the parents of the kids at the party arrive and tell Maddie to leave. So Maddie takes Percy and leaves from there. As they are driving in the car, Percy tells her that he is ready to be close with her and that he loves her. Hearing this, Maddie realizes Percy is too drunk and that this is not the right time to be intimate. So she refuses. The next day, Percy's parents notice that he has become more confident and smarter, which makes them very happy. Percy tells them that he no longer wants to go to Princeton University. When they ask why, he says it's because he now has a girlfriend named Maddie, and he wants to stay with her. Hearing this, Percy's parents become worried because their plan was for Percy to become more confident before going to Princeton. But now that he doesn't want to go to the university at all, their plan begins to fail. So Percy's parents call Maddie to meet them. They tell her that the work for which she was hired is now complete. From now on, she must not do anything further with Percy. They say she can take the expensive car as agreed in the deal. But unfortunately, Percy takes his father's car out to practice driving. The phone is connected to the car, and he overhears the conversation. This is how Percy learns the truth about Maddie. Hearing this, his heart breaks. He cannot believe that the girl he thought was his girlfriend was actually hired by his parents to work for him. The next day, Percy invites Maddie to lunch with his parents. Percy's parents act as if they have never seen Maddie before. Percy also doesn't reveal that he already knows the full truth. Just then, Percy gets a call from his friend, the one who volunteers with him at the animal shelter. That friend goes outside with Maddie's car, the one given to her by Percy's parents, and takes it into the woods with his girlfriend. Percy and his friend push the car and crash it into a tree, badly damaging it. Percy does this to take revenge on Maddie for her betrayal. When Percy returns home, he tries to get close to Maddie. Maddie agrees, thinking that everything between them is about to end anyway. But Percy, still hurt by Maddie's betrayal, stops and tells her that he knows everything, the deal between her and his parents. Percy is furious. He says he doesn't even want to look at Maddie anymore because she only pretended to love him. Maddie tries to explain that she did everything out of helplessness, but Percy refuses to listen to anything she says. Maddie leaves. She still has the car Percy's parents gave her, though Percy had wrecked it. Percy is angry with his parents too. He tells them to let him live his life his own way. Once again, he begins spending most of his time in his room, playing video games. He doesn't reply to Maddie's messages or calls. Meanwhile, Maddie repairs the car given to her by Percy's parents, and with the money she earns, she finally pays off her house loan. To celebrate, she throws a party for her friend and her friend's husband. During the party, her friend tells her that she is going to become a mother and that they are looking for a new house, since until now they have been living with her parents. Hearing this, Maddie sells her house to them at a low price because she no longer wants to stay in this city. She decides to move to California. After this, Maddie goes to Percy's house to meet him because she feels bad for him. But Percy isn't there. She gets his address from his parents and goes to meet him. Still, Percy refuses to talk to her. Then Maddie apologizes and tries to explain. Finally, Percy forgives her. Maddie tells him that she is moving to California. Hearing this, Percy feels happy for her. Later, on the day Percy is leaving for Princeton University, he packs his bag and says goodbye to his parents. Before going to California, Maddie comes to pick him up and drop him at the university. Then the two of them leave together. And with this, the movie ends.